everyone. It's Pam here with Tattered Paper and Lace, and we are back again for week 2 of the Margarete Miller 52-week collage challenge for 2025. So I appreciate you coming along. Love having you here. I appreciate you coming, and those who have just found me, welcome, and I hope you will enjoy what you see. So if we go to hashtag 2025 CWP2, you will see what other crafters have done with the prompts for this week's collage. So we're just going to get right into it, and what we need is transportation, sheet music, a drawing or a sketch, a favorite book or author, something that starts with R, and a postage stamp. So I have something to represent each of those things. And let's see, I have music paper, sheet music on both sides. I think, let's see what this side looks like. It has, if you can see, this has more music notes or different kinds of music notes. So it's a little heavier looking music than this is. And I'm not sure which side I would prefer to use. So let's just start here and see if this is the side I want to do it on. So this is my sheet music, is my background. And then we have transportation. And I have, this is a postage stamp of which I cut off the end. It had an end with the postage on it and it was too long, so I cut that off, and I don't see where it is now, so I can't show it to you, but it is a postage stamp, and it has this little VW looking bus on it, and that is my transportation. And then a drawing or a sketch. Well, I didn't have anything that I wanted to use on this that fit in with the whole idea of this. So I took a Tim Holtz piece, and let me show you. I don't have this exact same piece to show you not sketched, but I do have, let's show you something else that is from that same pack of Tim Holtz things that might show you. Okay, this one's bigger, but if you will look, and this is how the Tim Holtz piece the other piece, this is how it looked. It was just printed, and I took it and I sketched some lines in it. I sketched around all of the flowers and the inside and all that with a fine tip marker. And so I'm calling that my sketched, because I didn't have anything else that fit this particular prompt that was this small that I could find. But you know, that I like to be able to locate things pretty quickly if I can, and I didn't see anything that would fit. So I'm going to use that, and I'm calling that something sketched because I did sketch over the print with the fine tip marker. So the next thing is a favorite book or author. Again, I didn't really have anything that was my favorite book, because I like a lot of books. So I don't have a lot of book images. So I didn't find one that I could say, yes, that's my favorite. But I did find this book that is by Janet Luden. And it's called, let's see, is that who it's by? No, it's Janet Luden at Camp Celebrity, it looks like. And I got this. I'm going to use this because it reminds me of books that I read when I was younger. Donna Parker was one, and Annette, which was another one of this same sort, and that just reminds me of that. So even though I never read this book, that reminds me of the kinds of books I used to read when I was young. So it's a memory for me, so I wanted to put it on here, and we'll count that as a favorite book or author. And so I'm going to call it, in my younger days, a favorite kind of book. And then Something that starts with R is this little radio. That came from the things to cut and collage. And I'm going to stick that right here. It's going to go right here on the bottom. So I love these little collages. They're just so quick and easy. As long as you can find the elements that need to be on here. Okay, so that is my collage, and this is the postage stamp as well as the transportation. But what I am going to do is I'm going to make a postmark on this, because the kind of postage stamp it was not one that you cancel, because it was like a bulk mail kind of thing. So they don't cancel those like they do others. So let's get this down. Again, I put the background down because I use the nail file to take the edges off and cut around that. So I didn't do that online. I might do that eventually. I might do one of those online just so you can see what that looks like in case you don't know. But it's very easy to do. Does it very quickly. A newer piece of sandpaper or a newer nail file works best for those things. And I might have a little bit of overhang on these different things that I could use that on. And if it's too thick, I do it with scissors. And then I just do a nail file around after I've done it with the scissors, because that just makes a neater, cleaner area. And then this came from a magazine. I don't have too many specific book images. I have images of books, but nothing specific. And I have the playing cards, the authors playing cards, but I just really wanted to do this because this says summer vacation, and it was the colors went with the colors on this book cover. And so I just kind of wanted to do that as a memory of the kinds of books that I enjoyed reading when I was a kid. So I like having that little memory here. So we're going with that. And this just came together again very easily, very quickly, and very nicely. And as you can see, when you do something this small, it's got to be small stuff. And I'm okay with that because that seems to come together so much quicker for me than trying to fill up a whole big page. And I think that was part of my stress level last year as the year wore on, because, like I said, I like these little things. And so far, so good. So we hope that continues to be the case. So I'm just going to stick this just like here, right close to the edge, overlapping that just a bit. Dab up the glue. I just use tissues to dab the glues up with, and that works well for me. And then we'll just get this radio down. I'm not planning on inking mostly these things, these collages. I kind of want to keep them in a cleaner fashion. So I don't know that I'm going to be doing very much inking on these. Maybe some, maybe not. It just depends. I actually want this to be, I can't do it now. I didn't want that to be so, let's see if I can get it up, because I didn't want this to be so bump, for evenly spaced. So let's see if I can pull this back up before it's too late. And it's going to come up a little bit. I'm afraid it's going to tear the music sheet just a bit, but I think I can cover it back up. Maybe I won't tear that. Let me get this little paddle thing here. I should have thought about that. Yeah, I did tear it a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. I'll put some more glue on it. I'm going to just going to move it over a little. because I don't want it to be as evenly four corners as you will, if you will. It's still going to be sort of that, isn't it? I actually should have tilted this more, but that's okay. All right, well, it'll just have to, I'm just going to move over a little bit. It'll still have to be a 4-corner sort of looking thing on the round, but that's okay. That's going to happen when you just have 4 things that go on top. You're going to have that. So we'll just go with it. But that's kind of cute. I think that's kind of cute. Now I'm going to need to get my postage stamps out. So I didn't bring them over. So I apologize for that. I also need to put this on back and ink around that. I am going to ink around all the prompts. Let me get my postage stamps out here. I have them right here. So we're going to just pick one that looks, I really like to use the one, my favorite one to use is the one that's right here on this. I don't want the lettering, but I like this one because it's not solid. So I'm going to try my best to just ink just on that mark. And I'll just kind of corner that around and just get that on the mark, which I think I did pretty good at that. And then do I want it, I'm going to stamp it off because it'll be too dark, I think. So I'm going to stamp it over here. Now, it's very light, but I'm okay with that. So you can see just a little bit there. And I'm okay with that. So that's all I'm going to do right there. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Now I'm going to stick that back in here. And I used black archival ink for that and that little there. And now I will use frayed burlap to go around my, I didn't cut it straight across there. I'm not going to worry about it. I decided not to worry about some things, and that's one of them. So that is my collage for today. I like these little ones. I loved doing the Rolodex cards when I was doing those. And so now I'm enjoying this so far. Of course, it is only the second time. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I like it on the, yeah, that works good. So we'll just stick this back here. And then what I can do, when I'm done, if I want to, or as I go along, I can Mod Podge, or I use matte medium instead of Mod Podge. I'm not friendly with Mod Podge. And you actually use these as coasters, should I decide to. And there we are. Okay. Let's just double check, make sure we got everything. Oh, I should have done that before I glued this on the back. So we have transportation. That's here. This little VW bus looking vehicle. Sheet music is the background. A drawing or a sketch is I did sketching on top of this Tim Holtz piece. You can see my sketch lines, which makes it, defines it just a little bit more. And then we needed favorite book or author, and I used this, which is neither of those things, but it is a reminder of the kinds of books the genre of books that I liked to read when I was younger. And then something that starts with R is the radio. And then this is also the postage stamp. So there we are. That is my collage for week 2. And so we're just marching right along. And I thank you for watching. I appreciate you all coming along to see what I'm doing. And I hope you will comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about these small collages, and do you like them in the round? And we'll just continue on. So I hope to see you on week 3, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.